All right, welcome on in everyone to another episode of First CSP, the channel dedicated to bringing you the first council shoulder patch issued from each council in Scouting America, both past and present. We've got a more recent addition for you to highlight on the channel, and that is going to be Pathway to the Rockies 60 out of Colorado. Council was formed in 2021 as the merger of Pikes Peak 60 and Rocky Mountain 63. The first issue that they produced was for NOAC in 2022. So let's head on over to the patch table and take a look at it. Here it is, defined with its red border, blue sky, tan fleur-de-lis, white with black outline name. We've got Chipeta and Chief Ore, and then it says NOAC 2022 at the bottom. Only 50 of these were made. It's my understanding that the red border was a part of the delegate set for NOAC, and then they had a second set, which is the SA2, which has a gold mylar border, but the same presentation. And then those were the trading issues for NOAC, and those end up being the first two issues for Pathways to the Rockies. As is the case with a lot of events nowadays, they are part of larger sets. So this CSP is actually part of a multi-patch larger set, and they have the first set in red and the second set in gold mylar. We do happen to have both, and I have the second set actually set out on an additional camera. So let's see if we can go to that here. So this is what the full set looks like. We have the full set in red as well. These are a little bit more difficult to come by. My apologies that this third camera, I only own so many cameras, is not quite as high quality, but at least you can see the imagery that's displayed with this massive set. This was done in conjunction with Pathway to the Rockies Council and Denver Area Council. You can see both CSPs there. Again, this whole set was reproduced in gold mylar, which is the second edition, the SA2 for Pathway to Rockies, as well as in red, which was the first. But I wanted to try and get it all set out so you could at least see it. It does form this great Western calf or bull roping journey across Colorado type picture. I don't know who the masked figure is on the right or who's running the Conestoga wagon behind the cowboy roping the bull. Perhaps someone knows more about the story there. Obviously, several associated lodge issues that came in this set as well. It's super fascinating as someone who's kind of an older style collector. These bigger sets, I will admit, I'm not as much a fan of because they end up being so expensive and they do price some people out of the collecting hobby, which I'm just not a fan of. I like collecting to be accessible to as many people as possible. But that's my personal opinion. So this is what the full set looks like. Again, the first set is in red. They only made 50. The second set in gold mylar, I believe they maybe made 100. I believe there was potentially more of the second set because it was the trading issues. But again, if you know more about this from NOAC 2022, by all means, let us know in the comments. We'll go back over now to the patch table. I'll show you the back of this one. It does have the QR code. It is the SA1 first issue, and has been the case with councils where the first issue is an activity issue. We have also collected the first regular. First regular for Pathway to the Rockies is this nice gold mylar one. This is listed in the current collecting guide, which is still in draft copy, as an SA4. So SAs are usually activity issues that would not be considered a regular issue. So far, none of the issues in the collecting guide as they stand right now have been listed as regular issues for Pathway to the Rockies. But I will say, in conversing with people from the area, this is the patch that you would buy at the Scout store. So I believe it is probably the S4 and not the SA4. We do have it labeled to be consistent with the current collecting guide, but we do actually believe that this is the first regular issue for Pathway to the Rockies. So probably maybe updated at some point to be the S4, but you can see the nice gold mylar border, blue sky. We've got the brown fleur-de-lis, which is kind of ghosted into the road there. Nice scene of hiking through the Rocky Mountains. Is there anything better than hiking through the Rocky Mountains? There's not much, that's for sure. But that's the first issues. Here, let's see if I can move this down just a little bit. Get that first issue back up at the top. Leave you with that. This one's a little bit, as I've said, harder to come by. We're really glad to be able to bring it to you today. Hope you've enjoyed the episode. With that, we'll be back tomorrow with another brand new episode. Thank you to everybody who tunes in every single day, checks out all the videos. We love sharing this content with you. Hope you enjoyed as well. Till tomorrow, hope you guys have a great rest of your day.